It's showtime, folks. Welcome in. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063, the game on this Tuesday. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier behind the glass as well. Hope you're having a great day so far. Hope you're not caught in a slow speed police chase. Joe, what's up?
Oh, man, just look, I've been in this town my whole life. I've worked in news since 1996. But when I've never heard of a 4-hour slow police chase in our city that started on one side of the city and ended on the other side, a slow police chase that pretty much crippled traffic in this town that's already crippled, with backup and log jams and people and everything. I got to get to the bottom of this story. Dr. Crane, that is your job today. I know you got 9 other jobs. You got to help me figure this out.
Well, he's only got like 7.
We got to figure this out. I don't know. It's just crazy. 4-hour slow police chase.
I'll call a buddy of mine. He's in the Hendersonville PD. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
This is amazing. Like, I'm watching the video right now in this car with the tires all beat to you-know-what, surrounded by THP, and then you got the big do not pass truck.
Right? I mean, have you ever seen anything like this? I haven't. This is crazy.
So this was on 24?
It started in Old Hickory.
Oh my God.
Other side of the county. And now there's some concerns when there might have been a child in the car. And
Okay,
so I get that. But to let it go on for over 4 hours, now, again, I am not a policeman. God bless our men and women of the police force. They know what they're doing. I don't. Just overall, 4 hours.
Can we get
this.
Don Aaron on the phone? Like, I mean,
Call him up. You know him.
we need Maddie Nolan's on it. Okay, well, I'll text her.
Yeah.
I'll
get
see
her
what's
call
going
in.
on. Yeah.
I got to figure something out.
She tweeted, the great 8-mile-per-hour chase has finally come to an end. All 4 tires gone. Top speed walking pace. Duration longer than most road trips.
Yes. But hopefully, again, that there was no kid in the car and everybody's safe. I get that out of the way. But I have never seen a 4-hour slow police chase. Hell, OJ was an hour and a half, and he was going the speed limit.
Well, it was pretty slow. It was pretty. I'm like they were going slower on the interstate. It wasn't that slow,
right?
But it was.
So 40, 45.
Yeah.
Like the movie Speed, which, by the way, if you've not seen the movie Speed in a long time, go watch it. It is a really, really, really good movie. There it is. Slow speed chase ends on I-24 West. I mean, how do you not stop this car? And THP gets involved. They're like, enough of this nonsense, and they run her off the road. Look, thank you. Stop her. I'm telling you, folks, this is one of the most bizarre stories. And they rammed her to the side of the road. Good. I've ever seen.
That is so wild.
Now they're pulling her in the court right now at the O'Sally port.
I would love to know, like, what you just at some point did it just kind of become, I'm going to see how long I can keep this going? Like,
right.
You're screwed. Like, you're in trouble. Like whatever. And I hope it wasn't like a major crime or anything.
Exactly.
But like, that this is going to end one way. So just like, it kind of like I'm just going to see how long I can keep this going. Like, I'd love to know what was going through her mind.
Right. So here's what,
and I'm glad nobody was hurt.
Here's my, if I win Powerball, I'm going to buy this car for Metro Police and Dr. Crane's going to drive it. When there's something like this going on, it's going to be a giant armored SUV. And Dr. Crane, your job, they're going to call you and say, hey, go ram this car. And it's no charge to Metro Police or any other police force around Middle Tennessee. We'll do it for free. I'll pay you, Dr. Crane.
I don't get charged with vehicular homicide every time I do it.
But you're not going to run somebody off. You're not going to kill somebody. Like that slow chase. You're going to get in an armored SUV and you're going to run them off the road.
Just sounds like a lot of legalities. I don't want to be involved.
I got Blair Durham. We're good.
But here's the other thing too. I mean, they wanted a slow chase. You get slow chase every morning. Like, I mean, you see me walk up the stairs.
Somebody please Photoshop Chase's face on the side of that car, and they get all that's going on. I know. It's just, and then our traffic in Murfreesboro Road in front of, there's a guy that's getting his tire changed down about half mile down.
Yeah,
and they've blocked the road.
Now, luckily, I had 2 nice people that stopped to let me pull into the the radio station.
Probably Nani Parente. She's pretty. She lets you in traffic, wouldn't she?
She's at the gym right now.
Oh, nice.
Or
Well,
water
hello, Nani.
aerobics. Yep. She's off and running.
Water aerobics?
No, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
very nice.
Does that chair aerobics 3 times a week?
What
Very
about?
nice. Love that.
I bet she takes a Zumba.
No.
No Zumba.
No
for
Zumba.
Nani?
Nope.
Okay.
She's had multiple surgeries, shoulders, knees, all the above. We got to make sure she's all right. She does it on her own pace.
She's got probably more energy than all three of us combined.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit, Bob. A little bit. That was pretty funny. Anyway.
All right.
Now we move into the sports portion of the program.
Maybe.
What do we got at 9:30?
9:30. And now it's Dr. Crane, help me on this. We're defaulting a lot to you today because you're the smartest member of this crew. It's the world champion eater, right? Is there a better title for this?
Major League Eater, 10-time champion for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, Mickey Sudo.
The female, right?
Yep.
So she is, I looked her up, world renowned for doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to join us at 9:30. So they're doing it Friday, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest at Coney Island. I got into the process of doing it. How do you train for this? Because aren't they tiny? I mean, that Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi aren't they skinny?
Yeah, I mean, some of them are, some of them aren't. It depends on how you train for it. Like some people do a 3-day fast, kind of like how I did that water fast a few months back.
Yeah.
They kind of do that and they drink some sort of liquid, not the kind that kind of cleans you out for a colonoscopy, but it's a different type that kind of expands your stomach.
A few months back, that was like 2 weeks ago.
No, it was like a month and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's get it together. A few months back and 2 weeks ago. Okay, let's find common ground on this.
He may be right. I don't know. It all kind of runs together. Around
All I know is
5.5 weeks. Does that work?
Yeah.
That works. All I know is that Robbie Stanley puts the temperature in this studio like it's a sauna at the Y. Robbie,
I know, and we need it to be a meat locker. All right.
Robbie, I need to know why it's at 97.
Because Robbie hates the cold. Robbie thinks cold should not exist.
I'm with him.
Robbie would rather sit in, shorts and a t-shirt in 112-degree weather, sweating his ass off, than sitting in anything below like 70 degrees.
Okay, I get it. I just it's very warm in here, and Robbie is the culprit when he comes in here and puts the temperature on. And I bet he's miserable on road trips when you get to the hotel. Because you put it on 60, like our hotel in Albany, it wouldn't go below 65, and I was mad about that.
Yeah, I kept it on about 68.
Yeah, well, you're one of those too.
No, I mean, it was cold.
It was very cold in those rooms, so I need to know.
That's very good.
All right, thanks, Robbie.
Yeah, it is free agency day in the National Hockey League. I believe it gets of course, it starts when we go off the air at 11 o'clock.
Right.
But I mean, looking at all the moves that have been made already, whether it's trades or re-signings, the cupboard's pretty bare. There's not too much out there for teams to do. So I'll be curious if Barry Trotz is working the phones.
No. Barry's done. These last few weeks for Barry have not been kind.
Yeah. So you don't want him to do anything?
No. The Holla trade. I listen to Robbie.
Holla
at your boy.
Just like a holla.
Hey, now holla at your boy.
Probably not.
No, Barry needs his phone taken away from him. I see Robbie and Rick were talking about Sisson's salary still paid by Nashville. Some of it,
half of it, yeah.
Good God,
yeah, half of it.
I don't understand that.
But yeah, so
and then Vegas goes out and signs
Mitch
Marner to a nice contract. They dumped salary. They're not paying Sissons anything. Barry needs to put the phone down.
They're paying half of Sissons.
Half. Why not pay all of it?
I don't love that either.
He got screwed over. Barry needs to put the phone down. He's being this has been bad. And then they said the Saros contract goes in today to make it feel even worse.
It is now in effect.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, and I love.
It's also Bobby Bonilla Day. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day to those who celebrate.
That's right. I think, God, I hate to be a negative Nelly. I think this Saros contract cripples his franchise for a while. I hope I'm wrong.
Oh man,
I don't know anything about hockey, but I know when I see good and bad.
I'm not going to go that far because, there's no really good way. I think it was a bad contract too. I wouldn't have signed him to that deal.
Never.
However, I wouldn't have hitched my wagons to Askarov either because, and granted it's early, but that's not working out too well in San Jose. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Language.
And, but I feel like there probably had to have been a bridge type deal that would have worked better than the 8 years and then all the trade protection and everything. That, David Boyle didn't like using any type of trade protection at all. Barry Trotz, I feel like every contract he signed has some sort of protection with it. And it's just like, you're going to tie your hands to these deals,
right,
where you can't really do anything. So while I agree with you, I still think that it can, Saros is not the worst goalie in the world. So, I mean, it can work out, but got to see what's around him. And the thing is, the top right-handed, right-shot defenseman that everybody kind of thought, okay, maybe the Predators could pursue, Ekblad signed an 8-year deal to remain with the Panthers. The Panthers have found this, I don't know, the hidden money somewhere that they're making all this work. I mean, Marchand's re-signed. He's a 37-year-old player that just signed a 6-year deal.
Good for him.
I mean, it's front-loaded, but it's just like, my goodness.
So Saros' contract is guaranteed?
They're all guaranteed.
No trade clause?
He's got some sort of trade protection, yeah.
Good Lord. I think it's just a terrible contract. I mean, he was not, I don't know. I'm a fan.
No, I know what you're saying. I mean, like, that last year made everybody go, oh no. I mean, so I get it.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right. Glad you got it then. But I'm sure something at 11:01 will happen like it always does.
But I mean, the thing to watch is Vegas is like almost $7 million over the cap right now. The Canadians are about 3.39 over the cap right now. So they're going to have to make moves. The Panthers have $500,000 in cap space. The Oilers have about the same. The Stars have less than $1 million. Blues have about 1.63 million. This is all according to puckpedia.com.
Puckpedia.
So they're going to probably have to shed some cap space.
Or the Preds.
The Preds have about a little over 12.
12 million to work with.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I would stay off the phone. I would not do any more deals.
So you wouldn't even address free agency?
No. Why? You got Stamkos and Methuselah and Skijy and all those guys. You're good. Come on, earn your keep this next year. What are you going to add? You're already getting screwed left and right. I can't believe they did not dump Sissons. Nashville's still paying for a guy. And they were all, my favorite radio show is Robbie and Rexrow, by the way.
Thank you.
They were talking about, somebody had a list about the Preds playing players who are no longer here. And I need to find that and see. I need to get more upset.
Kyle Turris.
Wait, they're still paying him?
Yeah.
He's been gone for years.
That buyout was going to take a while.
Jeez Louise.
Turris, Johansson. Johansson's done.
Yep.
Turris, Duchesne, Ekholm, and now Sissons. Yeah.
Paying, that's just ridiculous. I mean, Vegas royally flushed.
What is it about Nashville sports teams that want to pay people not to be with them anymore? I mean, Amy Adams Strunk is paying 2 GMs and a head coach. Well, now she's not paying the head coach. But
who was the defensive end the Titans paid was terrible? Bailey, what was his name?
Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley.
Yeah,
Bailey. Might as well have been Bailey. Mary Bailey would have played better than Vic Beasley. Yeah, Vic Beasley. I mean, I don't get it. And then Clowney got his money. It's so frustrating to see all that. I know we'll talk a lot about it. By the way, you said it starts at 11 o'clock. Here's the running joke on our show. Everything good happens. The first 30 minutes we're off the air. Not good, but big news. Bud Adams passed away like 6 minutes we went off the air.
Yep.
Right? George Jones passed away like 3 minutes after we went off the air. These are all bad things. That's why I don't want Barry to do anything, because bad things happen when we go off the air when there's a big day. So Barry, just put the phone down, take a look, go to Canada, hang out for a few weeks, and then take his phone away from him and don't let him do anything.
615-737-1025. We're up and running here on this Tuesday. Our phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com.
Uh-oh.
What?
We got to do it real quick. Real quick.
Go ahead.
Thank you. 53 days for the start of college football. 53 days. Who's your favorite number 53? Chaser, this will be easy for you.
Keith Bullock.
Dr. Crane?
That was mine.
Keith Bullock? Mark Stepnoski. 53 before Bullock. Bullock's the ultimate 53. 10 years with the Titans. Should have his number retired.
Mr. Monday Night.
Should he have his number retired? Or should he be on the Ring of Honor?
He should be in the Ring of Honor.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'd retire the number.
All right. Yeah.
but
That's what it needs. So the 53 days out for the start of college football. Who's your favorite number 53?
I think the next guys in the Ring of Honor should be Bullock, Derek, and Curse.
No Blaine Bishop.
Oh, Blaine. Yeah, Blaine should already be in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why Blaine's not in
I
there.
concur 100%.
Yeah, I mean, Blaine to me should have been in there a long time ago.
Yep.
So,
But yeah, you're right. Derek, Curse, Bullock,
yeah,
and Bishop. Those four.
I don't understand that. Like, he was a great player, and then obviously his relationship now with Titans Radio. Like, I don't get why he's not in it. That makes no sense.
10 years, played his ass off for all 10 years, blew his
Yeah,
knee out in that Rams game.
So they typically do it in threes. So Blaine, Bullock, and D Mace.
Do you think D Mace because he went to the Curse
Yeah.
went to the Eagles?
Yeah, but
Bring him home.
the only reason D Mace went to the Ravens is because they cut him because of salary cap stuff.
Correct. That's it.
Like it wasn't like he walked into Floyd's office and said, "Get me the hell out of here."
All right. You're right.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
so-
Would have stayed there the entire time. And to hold that against, come on, it's just
I
dumb.
know. Anyway, up and running here on this Tuesday. It's Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063 The Game. We're broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. This kind of made me happy. I like this. This is good.
That's from a movie or from a?
You guys recognize your shirts?
What about it?
The color?
Yeah, it's blue.
The song.
Oh,
No.
The song is called Blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. All right. That went over my head.
It was a joke for me. Never mind.
That's okay. Sometimes you
went
do it
over
for you,
mine
man.
as well.
That's okay. That's fine. That's good. Free agency will open around 11 o'clock. Adam Vingan was just in here, and we were kind of going down the list of potential free agent signing. They're going to do something that we're all just going to go, huh?
I hope it's another Holla. Is that how you say his name?
Eric Holla, yeah.
Hope it's another trade for a guy who's about as washed up as I am to come in here to do that.
Well, I told Adam, I'm like, they need a center because they're pretty shallow up the middle. So like a Pius Suter, who's a 29-year-old, was with Vancouver. He's kind of meh. He had 46 points last year, but I mean, you got a ton of players like that. That's what, you know.
But I always talk about with you, does it push you forward? We're going to do this. Does it push the station forward? We're going to do that. Does it push your life forward? Who out there is going to push the Predators forward?
I wouldn't hate it. Like if they sign like a Nick Ehlers or a Brock Besser, I wouldn't hate those moves because those are guys that can help you with secondary scoring. That's what you need.
All right. So as your average fan, I have no idea who they are. Who are they?
They are two guys that are going to get you like 20 to 25 goals a year. Probably more on the 25 end.
Will they fight? Are they
No.
gritty?
But yeah,
Okay.
Besser is.
Bring them in.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
all for that.
So
I think this team has lacked.
I think
toughness.
that's why they brought in the defenseman.
Haig.
Haig, yeah.
Prison man, prison guard.
Yeah.
All right. So that's fine. I'm all about that. I think a lot of teams.
And look, I don't know how Preds fans feel, but Granlund's out there. Granlund was awesome with Dallas. I mean, he's got 66 points. Do they bring him back?
Who let him go?
That was right when Barry was taken over, I think. It's all kind of run together. Wasn't that?
Ian's saying Dallas.
No, I know, but like when who let him go from here? Was that? I think that was the end of Poyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then bring him back then. I don't think
And,
GM sometimes bring back.
I mean,
players
he
they
was
let go.
okay under Hines, but you know, maybe he'd be better under Brunette.
Would you be okay them signing him today?
Yeah. I mean,
All
I because like at this point, I'm kind of like, whatever.
All right.
Just throw it up against the wall and see if it sticks.
Season starts today. Who are your defensemen?
Let me pull the roster up because
Yossi's one.
we hope.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
say for
Yeah.
positivity. We got Yossi, and then
I'm not doing pairings. I'm just telling you who the six would be. Is that cool?
I don't care.
All right. Yossi would be one. Shea, obviously. Barron.
Is Barron any good?
mm,
That's a no. All right.
Mullendijk, who's one of the top prospects. I think he's on the team.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's looking to be good.
All right.
Haig, obviously. How many was that?
3.
No.
4.
Yossi,
Shea
Shea, or
Mullen-
Skagee, Barron,
and Mullendijk.
Haig, Mullendijk.
You counted somebody twice. Yossi, Haig, Mullendijk, Barron, Skagee, 5.
Okay.
All right.
One
One more.
And then Willsby probably would be 6, and your 7th could be Blankenberg or Osterley.
Okay. All right. All right. Who are your forwards? Forsberg.
Forwards would be Forsberg, obviously, O'Reilly, Stamkos, Marchessault, Bunting, Evangelista, Holla, LaRue. Basically, everybody that's on the roster right now.
It's not bad. So
Yeah.
you said those names again.
like there's going to be some guys. Like I do believe that Brady Martin's going to fight for a spot. I mean, he might make the team out of camp, and then
Really?
and then they'll see.
He's so tiny.
Um,
But that's
and
not
then-
bad.
and
You
then-
read
and
those
then-
off.
yeah. Sure.
Not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, look, it's all about putting it all together. The defense worries me. I don't think the defense is very good.
Yossi and Shea and Holla and
Shea underachieved, and Yossi, we don't know what Yossi is health wise.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm a little worried when it comes to the defense. So
Centers.
very, very shallow up the middle. Not a lot of depth. So I
What
mean, and they don't want Stamkos to have to play center.
What does Gramlin play?
He can play both. Yeah.
Okay.
He can play center and wing.
Is there a center prospect?
There's a few. I mean, there's a few, but I'd have to.
That's all right.
I mean, Brady Martin's the top one.
He's not good. You think he could be the camp?
Here's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to impress them enough in training camp for them to say, okay, let's take the 9 games, put him out there, see what he does, and if it's enough, then he hangs on. But he's got to be here the whole year. Like you're burning a year of the contract. You can't send him to Milwaukee.
Why not?
Because he's 18. There's an age. So if you send him down, you're sending him back to juniors, and then you can't have him back until the junior season's over.
That's all so complicated.
So that's why what you can do is you can take 9 games to see what you have with him. And if he's not ready, you send him to juniors, and it doesn't burn a year of his contract.
Okay. So I would not count him, this guy.
I would, I wouldn't either. But I wouldn't be shocked if they gave him the 9 games just to wet his feet in the NHL and see what he's got.
Do you do the 9 at the start of the season, midway through the season,
You
end of
got
the
to do
season?
it. It would have to be at the start.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's like the red shirt rule in college football. You have 4 games.
Yes, 100%.
And after that, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
all right.
I'm surprised they didn't do that with Mullendijk last year. I really thought that I really thought he could make it out of camp.
So all right, I don't feel as bad about this team now. That I know they underachieved. I get all that, but there's still a lot of talent on this hockey team. There's still a lot of talent.
There is. It's just got to all come together.
Where does Marsha Show play?
Marshall, he's a winger.
He's a winger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he'll be on the top 2 lines.
Okay. So they could get it done.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
I don't feel bad.
We're going to talk about eating coming up next. Your favorite pastime.
It is my favorite pastime.
Yeah, we will do that coming up here on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063 the game here on this Tuesday. It is almost 4th of July weekend, and we know what comes with that. And that is a lot of hot dogs that are going to be consumed.
All right.
And the Nathan's annual hot dog eating contest in Coney Island. And we say hello now to Mickey Sudo. She will be competing in this. She is a competitive eater and has been undefeated in the women's competition in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Mickey, good morning. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for doing this. I mean, there are so many questions that come to mind about competitive eating. I guess the first being, how do you train for this?
My husband and I both are competitive eaters, and we have completely different approaches. I feel like my approach is kind of different from like most of the other competitors. I kind of take a less is more approach at this point. When I first started in competitive eating, I did like 11 practices leading up to Nathan's in a year. This year I did one. I just feel like I know I have the capacity. I just really needed to get my speed and coordination dialed in. So I worked on that. But other than that, I just focused on cardio and being healthy and in a good mindset.
So when this is all done, when you're done on Friday on the 4th, I mean, do you like, how do you feel after this? Like you had, I think last year was what, 51 hot dogs?
Yeah. I'm very thirsty, usually very hot and sticky. But I mean, honestly, like when you win, I'm sure I'd feel much worse if I didn't win.
Sure.
Like something about that belt, it's just like a huge Band-Aid, or like, like it's like, it's got this analgesic effect. You're like, I don't feel any of the pain after I win.
So all right, we're talking to Mickey Sudo. Mickey, thank you for doing this, because I know, again, like Chase said, we got 1,000 questions. You not did you win the hot dog? You've also won like the World Tamale Eating Championship. I mean, so is there nothing that you won't eat?
I mean, I said never say never, right?
Right.
I always say, like, yeah, because I didn't think I'd ever do oysters, but I had this amazing opportunity to go to Ireland and go eat oysters for just 3 minutes in a castle on this all expense paid trip. So I decided to go to Ireland. I gave it my all. I ate 262 oysters in 3 minutes. It wasn't even enough to win. But it's like I gave it my all, and I'll probably never, ever do that again. But it was a great experience.
And you won the U.S. National Buffalo Wing Eating. I mean, I'm reading your Wikipedia page. This is fascinating. All the things that you've entered and won.
I love wings. Oh my gosh. And I love wings and ribs, and like competitive eating's allowed me to go across the country and try ribs, especially from like, all these places that say that they have the best one. And it's just, I don't know. I love food.
Oh, well, so do we. Absolutely. All right. So, but the big thing is what's happening on Friday, the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. I'm looking at these. Last year, you consumed 51 hot dogs.
Yeah, if you had asked me a year ago if I was going to do that on stage, I would have said, I'm going to try, but I didn't know that I could do that. I mean, I knew that I could break 50 hot dogs. It's just like, I never come close to it on the 4th of July on the final stage. There's just a lot going on.
So what happened in 2019? You only consumed 31, and then 5 years later you eat 51. Yeah. What happened?
That was a rough year. 2019, I had a lot. I had a few things going on in my life. I wasn't feeling well that day. If I had to report to a normal job, I might actually just called out of work. But there's not really like a temp that could come fill in my shoes. So I decided to go into work sick that day, essentially. Still enough to, thankfully it was still enough to win, but 31 was definitely my lowest performance ever.
Mickey Sudo is with us, professional eater. So throughout the year, do you just stay away from hot dogs altogether because you know you're going to get your fill on the 4th?
No, I love hot dogs. And obviously Nathan's hot dogs are really good. I would prefer them with I would rather not dunk the buns in warm Crystal Light. And I'd rather top my hot dogs with sauerkraut and raw onions and spicy mustard and all that. So I don't like the way we eat them, but it's competition. No, I love hot dogs on a regular basis. Sometimes I even enjoy one of my hugest guilty pleasures is a just nondescript gas station hot dog. Don't tell Nathan's.
Okay, so
once in a while.
Explain the, because I'm glad you brought this up, because I was going to ask this. Explain the dipping in the liquid, the water or Crystal Light or whatever. I mean, does that just help it go down?
So it lubricates the buns. So in order to be competitive, in order to eat anything, any of the breads fast, you have to basically use the liquid as your drink. So instead of picking up the cup and wasting time to take a sip, you dunk the bun in the liquid, and I don't even chew it. I just pop it into my mouth and swallow the whole thing. It saves time. Long story short.
Okay, that is very impressive.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So Chase my co-host has the good questions. I got the really dumb ones, Mickey. So work with me on this. If I did this, I'd have to wear Depends. Do competitors wear Depends on this? Because I would. I'd have to.
I mean, I guess it depends. No, I don't know. I've never asked about the rules of that. I don't see anybody checking if somebody were to choose to, wear extra attire. But yeah, it's not part of my wardrobe, but
I get it. I understand it. All right. So when I played football during training camp, I would make myself numb for like 4 to 5 weeks, not have to deal with anything. Do you make yourself numb when you're doing this? Like not be present in the moment? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like my husband calls that like going into the void or something like that. For those 10 minutes, I try to tune out everything as much as possible. And that's why for the first time in 10 years, I actually had headphones on during George's intros. I mean, George Shea gives some epic introductions, but I didn't want to hear anybody else hyped up because I didn't want to get into my head. I didn't want to think about anybody else. I didn't want to think about how great anybody else was. I just wanted to tell myself, like, you are here to win and you're going to make it happen. So yeah, if I'm looking around at the clock or trying to see the card flippers, see like where I'm at or what anybody else is eating, that's usually not a good run. If I'm just only looking forward to the next hot dog, the next plate, and kind of like plowing through these things, that's usually when I'm on a good pace.
Mickey Sudo is with us here on the program, competitive eater. All right, so your husband's going to be in the men's competition, is that correct?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So, and then we've seen the news. Joey Chestnut's going to be back. I mean, how's he feeling about his chances?
I don't know. I mean, he's either, taking this year to be really lazy and just enjoy life, or he's, locked himself in some weird training dungeon. He's going to come out eating 90 hot dogs. Who knows?
All right. So, Mickey,
who knows what that guy does?
You talked about wearing headphones. What do you listen to during the intro before the Nathan's hot dog eating contest?
I think I was listening to, at that time, I think I was listening to Shabuzi, or I was listening to Sia the Greatest, something like that, just something to get me pumped.
You need little walk-up music to get you going. I mean, I find all this fascinating that you just don't show up and eat hot dogs. I mean, there's a process you go through.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've got the ability. I hate to say potential. Like, I've done this a million times. Like, I have more consecutive belts than anybody who's ever done this, like male or female, because even Joey's had some bad years and lost. So I know I've got the ability to. I just need to basically, I can be my own worst enemy. So I need to tune out the distractions, most of which are just coming from my own head.
Oh, that's amazing. Mickey Sitters with us. All right, Mickey, when do you head up to Coney Island?
So I got to New York last night. I'm actually just enjoying my room, but we stay in Manhattan. I'll be heading to Coney Island, the morning of the 4th. So we all make our way down there on the bus of champions, bright and early. So, yeah.
Pretty simple. All right. So what do you eat Thursday? Do you fast Thursday? Do you not eat?
Yeah, Thursday will be mostly liquid, soups, broths, protein shakes. I think that's it. Lots of iced coffee. 0-calorie energy drinks. So yeah, lots of caffeine and savory foods that are easy to digest.
All right. So after Friday, after you win, because Chase and I think you're going to win Friday. When you win Friday, what do you do Friday night? Do you go back to the room and just sit there? Do you have to be close to the bathroom? I mean, again, I'm fascinated by all this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've been doing this for like over 10 years now. I mean, in my younger days, we'd all be like, where's the after party? But no, now I'm a mom. By 8 p.m., I'll probably be in bed. So, tonight before the competition, I'm going to take a nice hot bubble bath after the competition, after I like rehydrate and just like flop onto the bed and lie in the AC. At night, I'll probably do like a nice hair mask. I'll take like a nice essential oil soak. It's just going to be a lot of relaxation tomorrow.
Well, this has been really cool to have you on. Best of luck Friday. We do think you're going to win again. So, but thanks so much for doing this and good luck.
I know it's my pleasure, and happy 4th to everybody.
Happy 4th. Thanks, Mickey.
Thank you.
Mickey Sudo joining us here on the program, competitive eater. And of course, the 2025 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest is on July 4th. The pre-show starts at 9:00 Central Time with the women's competition at 9:45 on ESPN2, and then the men's competition live at 11 o'clock on ESPN2 as well. So it's a tradition, and we hope Mickey wins.
Unlike any other, I was looking at all this like buffalo wings, tamales, hot dogs.
I mean, we've done hot chicken, and we know how that went.
There's no way in Hades I would do a hot chicken eating contest again, ever.
If I got into a hot dog eating contest, I would throw up.
Yeah, right.
And then I'd be in the bathroom probably the rest of the day.
51. And you got to dip them in that nasty water.
God, I couldn't do it. No chance. And she said she doesn't even chew. Which, I mean, my goodness.
There was about 12, I think. That's what she said. I mean, during that interview. So we just good luck to Mickey and on and on.
Well,
Dr. Crane, you were excited for this interview.
I was smiling ear to ear. I think Mickey Sudo is like an absolute animal when it comes to just professional eating. She's incredible.
Are Nathan hot dog? They're beef, right?
Yes, because there was that whole stipulation with Joey Chestnut. He just started doing the vegan hot dog. That's why he didn't participate. Yeah.
Where's Kobayashi, man?
I think he's retired because there was that big Netflix thing between Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut. So
you better watch out for Kobayashi in international waters, right?
Yeah, you better watch out.
Well done. Well done. All right. Well, very, very good. Joey Chestnut returning to the hot dog eating contest. Coming up next, we'll get back into I don't even know. I don't even know how you follow that, to be honest with you. Tune in to 94.9 The Fan tonight as the Nashville Sounds take on Memphis. Pregame at 6:20, the first pitch at 6:35. Coverage also available on the Game Nashville app and at theGameNashville.com. Sounds baseball on 94.9 The Fan, presented by Twin Peaks and Family Leisure. They'll take on Memphis coming up tonight. You're just getting me in the mood for the beach, and I appreciate that, Dr. Crane. Little Jimmy Buffett bringing us back on this Tuesday. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 the game. Free agency going to open in a little over an hour.
Isn't that awesome? I'm looking NBA free agency today too.
It technically started last night, I think.
Our real quick, our boy Luke Cornett signed a 4-year, $40 million deal with the San Antonio Spurs.
Good for him, man.
Good, great for him. He's banged around this league long enough. Came out in the 2018. He went to the G League.
Still need the big man.
Yeah, right. So he went to the Knicks. Was he with the Celtics?
He won a title with the Celtics.
He's with another team too. Maybe the Cavs, like they're something crazy. And now he's getting paid. But you're right. And they've already got that Wimby. The Spurs got that guy that's 7'5" from
Wembley?
France.
Yeah.
Is it Wembley?
Wimby.
Yeah, Wembyama.
Mayor Wimby.
Victor Wembyama.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So good. So Cornette will be with him and getting paid, man. At this point, it's about getting paid. I'm not sure most of these guys care about championships, but some do, but he's getting paid. Good for him.
I mean, there needs to be a balance. Like, they should get paid. Maybe not. Maybe some of the contracts are a little crazy, but I would, if we lived in a world, and this will never happen, but where it's like the max length on a contract is like 4 years, that would be entertaining, I think.
You're all about that 4-year deal.
Yep.
I am too. I mean, the fact that Soros gets an 8-year guaranteed deal is asinine. Absolutely asinine. To pay him that much.
They have the NHL and the players have agreed to a new CBA that will go to the end of the 2020 or the 2030 NHL season. So it's good to see that they were able to get that done. I haven't really looked at it a whole lot of what I know. There's going to be some changes. So 2026 is when it goes in. NHL will move to an 84 game regular season, so they're adding 2 games. Kind of figured that was going to happen. 2 less preseason games. The return for the players is okay.
So 84 games?
84 games.
Just starting this year.
2026.
2026. Okay.
The 8 and 7 year max deals are now down to 7 and 6. So you can't, like, if a guy's on your team, now you could sign him to a max 8-year deal, but if he doesn't hit free agency, now it's 7.
Oh,
so okay. I think that I do like that. There will be no more skirting the salary cap in the playoffs with long-term IR. Well, it's clear that there's a risk of having a player sit for a long time, then miraculously come back for the playoffs. Too many had used it and succeeded to where owners as a whole wanted it gone. But in return, the playoff prize pool for the players has been significantly bumped up.
I laugh. I looked this up. Guess how much Chase Lawrence Taylor made his first year with the New York Giants?
How much?
1981. I want you to guess.
$5 million.
Lawrence Taylor's first year salary with the New York Giants was $165,000.
Okay.
As part of the 3-year, $900,000 contract. This deal included a $100,000 signing bonus and a $300,000 interest-free loan.
That was before free agency.
Yep.
Yeah.
1981 got that. But I'm all for guys getting paid. That's what you work for. What's the old saying is that people are jealous of where you are. They're not jealous of how you got there.
Yeah.
Right? So Nobody saw Luke Cornett at the gym shooting free throws for 8 hours a day while his buddies are at the lake. I mean, you don't see all that. So for these guys get rewarded, and plus it's not your money. Who cares? Like people bitching about the Titans. They're paying this person that or this person that, which I guess I've contradicted myself because I'm not happy with the Soros signing that deal. It's not my money. I get it, but I understand all that. Good for Soros. He's not going to go in and say, Barry, I'm going to take half of this. Not going to happen, but that's what it is.
One of the big things that I think is interesting on the new CBA is there's no more paper transfers. So, like, for instance, let's say Joe Dubin has a 2-way contract. You get called up to the Predators from the AHL, and then there's like a stretch, there's a time off, and so they send you back down, but they don't physically send you. They just paper wise send you back to the minors, but you never actually go. You can't do that anymore. If you're demoted, you have to go and play at least one game before you can come back to the roster.
Okay.
So that's an interesting one. Players wanted this because even though they had to practice with the big club, they were being paid at their AHL rate during the paper transaction.
Oh, good for them.
That's why they would do it. So
Saros 8 years, $61.9 million contract with a cap hit of 7.7 each season. I mean, everybody gets overpaid right now these days.
Sure. Coming up next, we'll kind of go through the rumor mill. Our man Stu Grimson on TV right now. We'll discuss everything going on with free agency and much more. It's Chasing Big Joe on this Tuesday, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, the game on this Tuesday. Free agency is a little less than an hour away from opening in the National Hockey League. All eyes will be on what the Predators plan to do. I don't see it being as active as it was last year because, well, one, the crop is not as good as it was last year, and two, they need to be a little more patient, I guess, is the best way to put it. But there are a couple of names that I could see being fits here. If Barry Trotz and the Predators wanted to do that, they obviously need some help up the middle. Could that be a reuniting with Mikhail Granlund potentially? I mean, he can play both, wing and center. Nick Ehlers is out there that could be interesting as well. Brock Besser. So we will see.
Why did Dallas let Granlund go? I'm always curious about why teams let somebody go.
I mean, sometimes it's because they just don't have the room. They don't have the cap space. And I think that's pretty much kind of the thing with them. Hang on.
So bring him home.
I am learning. Dallas has $980,000 in cap space right now.
Okay.
So that would be the big reason.
Oh, that's probably okay. There you go. Bring him home. Bring Granlund home. Where's Rocco
Grimaldi? He's either done or maybe still playing in the AHL.
Grimaldi. I liked him.
Rocco's cool. Good guy. Always named his sticks.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Like Tommy Shaw, Dennis DeYoung.
Yeah.
You had Sticks guitar player on 2 years ago.
Yeah.
James
Arnott.
James
Jason Arnott. What?
It's for the Cleveland Monsters in the AHL.
Okay. Thank you.
What's their name?
The Cleveland Monsters.
I like that. All right. That's a different
James
name.
Young.
James Young.
Yep.
Yeah. I listened to every second of the interview 2 years ago.
I know you like that.
I did like the interview. I was stuck at a corporate job with a fake screen up on my triple screens at work and listened to your interview with James Young.
It was funny. You told me there's a Jimmy Buffett song that he released in like 2020 called Down at the La-Di-Da.
Yeah.
And there's a line in there that you told me about that I can't, like, every time I hear that song, I just think of you now. You're it's pouring rain at your corporate job.
Yeah. When you're back at work at your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And it's pouring rain on your morning drive. You'll remember the last time you were alive.
Down at the La-Di-Da.
So I'd go to work. I'd listen to Robbie and Rex. It'll be pouring rain. I'm like, what am I doing? I mean, the fact that I did not drive my car off a bridge, and I'm not kidding you with this, is amazing. That's why I'm on this kick of mental health and taking care of things. And you played a large part in saving my life. So thank you.
Happy to help, my friend.
There we go with all that.
Happy to help. I'm glad you're here. I mean,
right.
Look, it was funny. Man. I mean, this was kind of a destiny that our paths would come back together. I mean, we've always maintained a relationship even after you left before, but
yeah. And then who put you on TV the first time?
I would be you.
Thank you so much. You and Barton Simmons.
You put me on TV and then got asked why you weren't putting somebody else on TV.
Right. I was like, I'm putting Chase on. That's it. Why don't you? No, I'm putting Chase on. That's it.
Yep.
Even people within my TV station are like, what's going on? I'm putting these guys on. And that's how it happened. Too bad. Yep.
Explain it again with those nuggies.
At the end of the day, bring Granlund back home. There we go. Get back to that. Bring him home.
615-737-1025. That's our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. Preds fans, is there someone you want Barry Trotz to sign today? Or are you kind of like, let's just go with what we got and see what happens?
Or do you want Barry to put the phone down and not do anything?
Yeah, or there's that. I'm
kind of in that part of it, I think. But again, at 11 o'clock, something big's going to happen like it always does.
The Predators have traded
the entire team
for Connor McDavid.
So, I mean, you talk about what's the big one? Was it where were you when the Shea Weber and
I was sitting right where Dr. Crane is.
PK Subban trade came down.
I was sitting right where Dr. Crane is. I was producing Darren and Derek and our old
2016.
PD, yep, our old PD at the time, Jeremy Benefield and Ryan Porth come running in, and we're literally at the end of the show. And he goes, the Predators have traded Shea Weber for PK Subban. And I just, like, it was one of those, I just kind of stared at him for a second and, like, my brain is trying to catch up. And, and I'm like, they did what? And he goes, the Predators have traded Shea Weber for PK Subban. I go, okay. And I use the talk back and I go, hey, Darren, the Preds have traded Shea Weber for PK Subban. And he like literally just stops and looks at me and goes, huh? And we say it on the air and it's like, okay, well, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Have a good day. Yeah. I mean, I still was like, what in the world? And then, it hit. It's like, oh my God, it did happen. Because I think it was the day after Pat Summitt had passed away or the day before.
It was, I mean, it was right around that. Well, and I remember going to that press conference and it was in a conference room. And I was sitting like right next to David Poyle while he's doing it because they just put us around a conference table. And, he's kind of giving the explanation and everything. And, Shea had when they got beat in the playoffs by San Jose in Game 7, that was the worst game of Shea Weber's career. Like, it was awful. He was absolutely terrible in that game. And so I'm like, I mean, do they just think he's done? Like, what was and I remember asking David, because there had been a point where David was like, Shea Weber's one of our pillars, we're going to keep him here forever. Right. They had matched the offer sheet. But I guess he looked at it as that contract was going to hinder them, down the line. And he, in some ways he was right. That's why the CBA changed, that you couldn't do those type of deals anymore. But he was grandfathered in. And I remember asking him, like, you've always kind of been steadfast that Shea would be here forever. Like, what changed? And he just kind of gave me that look of, I know more than no, I'm just kidding. No, he gave me that look of like, it was a really tough decision, but we had to do what was best for the team long term, and moving that contract. It wasn't Shea, it was just the contract. And I believe, as much respect and admiration as I have for Shea Weber, if they don't make that move, they don't go to the Stanley Cup final. Because I think at the time, PK Subban gave the Predators the push they needed to get to that point.
Maybe. Did Yossi become captain the next year? Or no, it was Mike Fisher.
It was Mike Fisher for 1 year.
All right. And then Yossi?
Yep.
All right. So let me ask you, this is Chase story time. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Where did it go wrong with PK Subban after the 2019 season?
I don't know that it went wrong after that season in particular. It's just, he is such an in-your-face personality that I think it just got old. I mean, I knew when they brought him here, it was kind of like Peter Laviolette. Peter Laviolette has a shelf life. And that is, after a while, he's a great coach. He's a player's coach. Players like him. They like playing for him. But after a while, the same message gets old. And I think with PK, it was just the way he dressed and the paparazzi that came with it. And he was dating Lindsey Vonn. And like, there was just all these things that took the hockey team away from hockey. And that's no fault of PK's. That's just the personality that he is. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think he's perfect to be on television. I just think that got old. And it got to a point where they had to be like, okay, we've had he's had a great run here. Let's go ahead and let's move on.
Any truth to the rumor that after they lost to Dallas in 2019, like within like 20 minutes, he was taking that picture with Ezekiel Elliott and
Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Smiling. I more than I do, but I heard that was not well received within the locker room, that PK Subban kind of like pushed that loss, the series loss behind them, and was like, hey, look at me. And
so you want to know something funny?
Please.
I witnessed that. I walked right by when that was happening.
No.
Yeah.
Was it odd?
I thought, well, because I had seen them earlier and was like, well, that's cool that they're here, and so I knew they were there. And I even think they put them on the Jumbotron in Dallas.
Odd that picture's being taken.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, I'm like, dude, you just got beat. Like, I mean, I get it. It's Zeke and Dak, but I mean, like, come on, you just got beat. And so, yes, I heard the same things, that, there were conversations that were had, and it was, I mean, everything I have ever been told is we love PK, but
Right.
like it's kind of like there was just a lot with the personality, and this team knew they needed to get back because I think they all thought they had one more shot. That after it's just like it's so funny to think about the similarities of just like the Titans. It was the same deal that they overachieved in 16-17, go to the Cup final. Titans overachieved in 99, went to the Super Bowl. The team the next year was better, won the President's Trophy. The Titans had the number 1 overall seed, and because of the way that the seeding and the playoff schedule goes, and it's stupid and it needs to change, but Bettman won't do it, is that you had to face Winnipeg in the second round, which is the team you should have faced in the conference final, and it goes 7 games, and you lose in game 7.
You got to beat them eventually.
You got to beat them eventually, but it just, it is what it is. I can't change that, but it was like that was a better team. Like if they beat Winnipeg in that 7th game, I think they would have mowed through Vegas and played Barry Trotz in the Stanley Cup.
Ooh, that'd have been good. What year was it the team went to Poyle and said, "Hey, don't touch anything"?
That was
After the 18 season.
that was after the President's Trophy year. That was going into 19, I think. Yeah,
because they're still
Yeah.
loaded, right? They're still loaded going into 19.
because I think David knew the PK thing could be a thing. And so I that's my speculation. I'm not saying I know that, but that's my speculation.
Okay.
So I think, that was how they said, hey, we'd really like to run this back. I think we got something good here. Now Fisher retired officially. But because remember he came back towards the end, but
which was not, I mean, thanks, Mike, but we're good.
Yeah, and Hartnell was gone. See, I wish they'd brought Hartnell back. I think now you've triggered me. I think Peter mismanaged how he used Hartnell in the Winnipeg series because he put who'd he put in instead of? Because I would have had Hartnell in that series the whole time, but that was just me.
Last series, the Preds one was 18, right? Colorado.
Yep.
See,
Yep.
I'm not dumb.
Yep.
I got all that.
I had to think, but yeah. I mean, that was that President's Trophy year.
Then they lost to Winnipeg. Then Dallas in 19.
Yep.
20 lost to Arizona, right? In the COVID weird year.
Yeah. 21 lost to Carolina. 22 lost to Colorado. Didn't make it in 23. Lost to Vancouver in 24 and didn't make it in 25.
I mean, this team had made the postseason for so many years. The fact that have they ever gone back to back since they started making the playoff run of not making the playoffs? Because they made it in 04. They played the Red Wings. Was 05 the lockout?
04, 05, yeah.
Okay, the lockout. Then they started the run of making the playoffs every year.
Yep.
They didn't make it in 09, but made it
Correct.
in 10, 11.
But they were close. Like
right.
that's one of my favorite teams that Barry Trotz ever had because it was just a name of it was the Island of Misfit Toys. Like
that.
They had guys you've never heard of that just loved to play.
That's what they need to get back here.
Yeah.
They need about 5 or 6 guys who are just grinders, man.
I think that's what he's trying to do.
Who's the dude that used to take shots off his head? Greg Zanin.
Greg Zanin.
I mean, we'd go interview him after the game, Chase. He'd have just hockey puck marks all over his body.
Yeah.
And didn't care. And my favorite player, Jared Whitson, not Jared Whitson. What's his name?
Smithson.
Yes. My favorite player. I can't even name his name. You'd go to him in the locker room. He'd like, you guys want to talk to me? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? I'm like, I don't know, because you're here.
Vern Fiddler, was part of that group. And then
fun.
Came back. And
when was Tutu's last year?
Tutu left 2015.
Oh, that long?
Whenever Suter left.
13.
Yeah.
Was it? I think
that was kind of the end of that run.
Where's the hierarchy on these guys now?
What do you
Peck
mean?
at number 1?
Yeah.
Where's Tutu? I think he's up there.
I mean, popularity wise, he's towards the top, but skill wise, he's
Right.
I mean, I would say if you're looking at the best players of all time, am I allowed to put active players?
This is a different conversation.
Okay.
because he wasn't elite, but every Nashville Predator fan loved him. I mean, I bought my son a 2-2 jersey.
Yeah.
And it had the whistle, we had the flag, we had the hat, we had the figurine. We bought everything 2-2. We loved him.
I'll tell you the cool. So I loved him too. And one of the coolest things is first time that I got to go to the locker room, I was an intern. It was the day that Alex Radiloff came back and was reintroduced to the media. So I went down with Jeremy and our buddy, the late great Dave Hull, and I think you were there too. And went into the locker room, first time in the locker room. Remember they used to have the logo in the middle of the locker room, you couldn't step on it,
right?
So I almost made that mistake and everything. And Hull introduced me to Jordan, and Jordan like gave us the tour and went out on the bench, and B Hop was there. I mean, it was, but he was super cool. He was like the nicest guy. So, that was, yeah. I mean, that was a while ago too. So,
yeah.
But I agree with you. I mean, he's one of the most popular, if not the most popular. I mean, Pekka's number one, but then maybe Jordan's up there. Weber, Yost.
It's got to be right. He was. A lot of us didn't know anything about hockey, but we knew this number 22 would fight like hell for this city and that hockey team, no matter what, and we loved it.
2-2's last game was April 6, 2012.
Okay, was that the year they played that's the year they beat the Red Wings in the playoffs, right?
Correct, and then lost to Arizona.
That's right. Is that the one where the curfew?
Yeah. Ask Barry about that one.
I'll pass. No.
615-737-1025. That's our phone and text line. Driven by WilsonCountyHonda.com. It's the Chase and Big Joe Show, sponsored by the Omni Nashville Hotel here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game on this Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day so far. We started the show with the 5-mile-an-hour police chase through the city of Nashville.
That took 4 hours.
Well,
good Lord.
They finally got her, though. I don't know what she did. I know our friend Madeline Nolan from Fox 17 was covering it all morning and said it was painful. but
I don't understand the whole story. For 4 hours, she led police on a low-speed chase around town, backing up traffic.
And they had already gotten her tires. She was basically on rims, wasn't she?
Yeah. That's why Metro Police should have one big SUV. Its only job is to wreck you as safe as possible, whatever you can do.
Right.
Make the phone call, put out the bat signal. All right, I got to go ram this car and get it off the road. So I don't know, just every day, man. You had Ed the zebra and now whatever this thing was.
Yeah, but I mean, I like, and again, I don't know what she did and why she was running, so I want to be careful there. But I would rather have entertaining, funny type news stories than a lot of the crap that we have to deal with on a daily basis. So, I miss Ed. I miss Ed the zebra.
Update on Ed the zebra. He's now living at a farm in Texas.
Nice.
And evidently he's got a female down there. So good for Ed. I'm sure Ed's having a lot of fun that's happening now. That's going on. Real quick, Chaser, did you see this comment that Steve Spurrier made about Arch Manning?
No, this should be good.
Steve Spurrier throwing a lot of shade at Arch Manning. Here's what Steve Spurrier said. I think most people are going to pick Texas to win the SEC, Spurrier said. They've got Arch Manning already winning the Heisman. My question is, if he is this good, how come they let Quinn Ewers play all the time last year? He's a damn 7th-round pick. That's it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's not wrong.
In true Spurrier fashion. Slammed him apart. Yeah. I mean, he's right.
Yeah. He's not wrong. So just
bring your ass.
Thank you.
Oh, Spurrier getting into it. Spurrier also quit on the South Carolina Gamecock football team.
If for whatever reason he was at SEC Media Days and he came on the show, would you ask him about that?
100%. Why? It's not okay for a player to quit. You quit on an entire program.
You'd word it in a different way.
Why?
You'd be like, all right, I am curious. End of South Carolina. What I view it as you quit on the team. So what happened?
No, I would not view it as you did quit on the team. Steve Spurrier quit on a college football program halfway through. And the fact he went golfing a week or two later, he's a quitter. Steve Spurrier is a quitter. He quit on the football team. Had a quarterback come to him and say, yeah, coach, I'm not into it. What do you think Spurrier would have done? Why are you quitting on me? And would have berated him and put him down. That was his personality. Steve Spurrier quit on the South Carolina football program midseason. Ruined the program midseason. Quit on him. I would ask.
I'm not.
Why do we sugarcoat around these guys? You know better than I am. No better than us. I don't care if you're Steve Spurrier or
I'm not
Nick
arguing.
Frazier.
I'm not arguing with you.
I know that, but I'm not. I would ask, why did you quit on the program? Pretty simple.
I'm just curious. We're going to be at SEC Media Days, so looking forward to that. I'm just curious of, some interviews that we have. I would love for Kirk Herbstreit to walk by. That could be fun.
I guarantee you, when Herbstreit realizes it's me, he will not do the interview.
You think so?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think he realized he made a fool of himself calling me at Channel 4. I think he realized he made a big mistake, whining like a baby. I think he did. And if he did come by, I'd ask him. Yeah. I'm in all my years in TV, I had one phone call from a parent over my high school football coverage. You're the parent that called because you're mad that I aired footage of your son dropping a touchdown pass in the end zone, which would have given NBA the lead over Pearl Cone. You called me for that. When the very next highlight, I showed East High School playing Stratford and the East running back running in, fumbled the ball on the 1-yard line, and they lost the game. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
He's like, well, you highlighted because he's my son. Your son dropped a touchdown pass in the end zone that would have given them the lead. Well, he caught the game winner. I got to be back in the newsroom. I can't stick around to 9:30. You know how this works, Kirk.
Yeah.
And then he went on a tangent about my kids have been bullied here in Nashville. I'm like, you make $1 million a year. Your kid goes to NBA. You ain't bullied.
$1 million
At the time.
He probably made more than that.
Yeah.
We need a 1652 says we need a list of Big Joe's hot topics. Steve Spurrier, Jimbo, summer winter solstice warning, Kirk Herbstreit, and Trent Dilfer.
Oh, okay. See, now you got me triggered. The Dilfer thing. God almighty. They played Tennessee this year. I hope Heupel beats UAB 101-0.
I think there's a pretty good chance that could happen.
I hope so. What a complete ass Trent Dilfer is.
Tell us how you really feel.
Can't stand him.
This September, Tim McGraw will be performing at Trinix Rock the Cradle in Nashville, a meaningful event supporting newborns and moms at Ascension St. Thomas Midtown. Get your tickets now at rockthecradlenashville.org. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025, 1063, the game presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel and broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership where the buzz is always about great service. We told you about the slow chase, the low speed police chase this morning. Our friend Madeline Nolan from Fox 17 has been covering it, and I know this is this has got to be the highlight of your career, Maddie, to cover this morning. But what can you tell us about what transpired?
Okay, there's a lot, so I hope you guys are prepared. We kind of saw this around 4 a.m. We were actually at the Capitol for one of my stories, and on Jefferson Street, just slowly driving by, was like 20 police officers following a single vehicle. So, using like my journalistic integrity, I immediately grabbed my phone and shot video. Initially thinking, okay, maybe it's a procession. Weird timing, yes. 4 a.m. for a procession. Wasn't really thinking too much there. But then an hour goes by and we start seeing, hey, like they're still following this. So I actually reached out to some officer friends and then also, of course, like officials with Metro Nashville Police. And so they actually told me that they did confirm that they were following a vehicle that was stolen. And this has already been going on for 3 hours. So a long time and quite crazy, I admit. But top speeds of around 8 miles per hour. I know that they initially, she did like get, I guess, startled by police officers and they pulled up on her in Old Hickory, and she drove off really fast, but they were able to deploy some of those spike strips, causing all 4 of the tires to just go out completely, but she kept driving. And so that went on for another 30 miles. And then obviously came to an end on I-24 westbound. Definitely a crazy morning here at the station. Of course, I know like a lot of people, we've never seen anything quite like this. Still a lot of questions have not been answered. I know that a lot of people are asking, hey, why didn't Metro Police stop this when she was going so slow? I know that you guys have this question too. I did reach out to someone who was directly there, like on the scene. Now, this isn't confirmed by officials at this point, but they do say that they knew this lady and she wasn't of harm or of risk, and she has maybe had a prior arrest, and so she's non-violent. The decision, I guess, to make sure that she ended up being safe and police officers were safe made it go on so long. Now, those are, again, questions that still have not been answered this morning. We're hoping to get answers very soon, but of course, we were wondering, hey, like, were police able to communicate with her? Maybe it's possible that she could have been, under the influence, those kinds of things. These are questions that still remain. So a lot to be asked here, and of course we're going to be following up on this like all day.
All right, so Maddie, I love your tweet. Maddie Nolan from Fox 17. Your tweet was fantastic. So I don't know police procedures, but in my years of being in Nashville, working in television, I've never seen this bizarre that they let a 4-hour slow-mo chase going on. I got a feeling they called somebody at the top and said, hey, just work this out, because it paralyzed traffic in our city. And if somebody's under the influence, why the hell do you let them keep driving? Why did THP intercede and stop it when Metro Police couldn't do that? I mean, I got all kind of questions.
Everyone has these questions, and I think one of my questions is, like, does MNPD have a policy where they cannot do a pit maneuver? I know that there's sometimes in like cases of really, high speed chases that like pit maneuvers can be very, very dangerous. But at 8 miles per hour, how dangerous could it have been? I know that when we saw it driving along Jefferson Street, they were going so slow, like I could have like ran to the door and
Pull over.
Get out.
You know, like, I
Oh
don't
my
know if they were
gosh.
concerned that she had a weapon or a child in the car. Like, these are, again, so many questions remain. It was just, I don't want to say funny, but like now it's funny.
It's
Like,
pretty funny.
Well, no, I
everyone
mean, Maddie, if my fat ass is driving 5 miles an hour across town, you think they're going to let me paralyze traffic for 4 hours? No. They're going to ram me a half mile down the road and get me off the road. I don't understand this. And I don't know. I don't need to be consumed by this today either.
I know that it's consuming everyone. I am just, I'm glad that everyone's laughing about it now. But at the same time, like, what was the holdup? Everyone's going to think of this as maybe a learning curve for Metro Police or even PHP. Because again, what took so long, you know?
Right.
Oh, that is fantastic. Maddie, thank you for the update. We appreciate it because you know it's about to be a big news day with the Predators free agency, but it's kind of been slow to this point. So a slow chase certainly fits.
Oh, yes. A very slow one at that. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it.
Thanks, Maddie.
Yeah, thank you guys. You have a good one.
You too. Madeline Nolan, the fine reporter at Fox 17, joining us here on the program to give us an update on that. Before we head to the break, let's say hello to our man, Kenny, the mailman, who's been waiting patiently. Hello, Kenny.
Man, it's hard to follow that Watergate type reporting.
I know, right?
That is amazing. Listen, I had so much fun Saturday. I've never listened to an AFL game on the radio. Then Saturdays are hot and sort of slow. I had a ball listening. But Chase, one question for you.
Yes, sir.
What was it like having Vandy Clay as a color man in the booth with you?
There was a point where I was kind of like, I mean, does he need a break? Like, I mean, he was he wasn't mad. He was incensed by the onside kick.
Yes.
Well, I understand that. Every fan base would love to have Joe as a color man because he says what every one of us was thinking. But the coaching staff, they would insist he not be a part. He could not ride on the airplane. He could not do interviews because politicians and coaches refuse to answer to anyone. You know, you was earlier talking about Spurrier. They are demigods over everyone. Don't you dare hold them to account. But Joe, here is the insightful question for you.
Yes, sir.
Give us an update on Tiger Man. The guy with the
yeah.
Listen,
God, I love you.
Hear what Tiger Man was going through.
There's a guy that showed the game started at 1:00 Eastern time. He shows up at 12:30. I point out the Chase like, oh, look, they got 2 mascots here. For 3 hours, he sat in the stands and didn't move, didn't go to the bathroom, didn't engage with anybody, sat in a full tiger costume for 3 hours. And I was consumed by that as well.
Yeah. It's sort of like an inside edition type question. What does a tiger have to do with their team?
Yeah, nothing.
Was it a local business?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Kenny, I will tell you, you know, it was a championship game. I was giving it everything I had, sitting there calling it, and then I had to deal with him with coaching decisions and that damn tiger. So
yeah, well, it was
a
just
full-time
like Vandy
job.
Clay sitting right next to you. Just keep him off the course.
Basically. Thanks, Kenny.
Bye-bye.
Kenny the mailman joining us. Coming up next, we'll tell you what day it is and celebrity birthdays here on the program. Also want to tell you about Nashville's best deal. It's Tzatziki's. They came by yesterday. They fed us. Oh, so good. Craving something fresh and flavorful? Tzatziki's has you covered. From juicy chicken kebabs to perfectly grilled salmon, every bite is bursting with Mediterranean goodness. And don't even get us started on the homemade sauces and dressing. Get half off a $25 gift card now while supplies last. Just go to thegamenashville.com/deals. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game here on this Tuesday. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your day to this point. We'll have John McClain join us tomorrow, and then I'm on vacation, so you guys hold it down for a week and a half.
We may have a special surprise guest for you tomorrow. I'm telling you right now on the air. Maybe. So
Was it the one we talked about earlier?
it is not.
Oh,
Somebody else.
okay.
I'm efforting.
We like efforts. That's good. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by Jarrett Companies, Inc. Use their electrical division for installations, inspections, upgrades, and more. JarrettCompaniesInc.com. They are above and beyond industry standards.
All right. First on this, we have American Zoo Day. If you like going to the zoo, go to the zoo. Blink 182 Day is today. Shout out to the Blink 182. Let's see. Canada Day is today. Not American. So Devotion to the Duty Day. So there you go. Early Bird Day. Early Bird Special. International Chicken Wing Day. This is Mickey Sudo's day. She loves chicken wings.
She does.
International Joke Day. That's every day.
The show.
Yeah. International Reggae Day. If you guys like reggae music. Bob Marley.
Love reggae, right?
This one is Madeira Day. I guess it's a Dia de Madeira. It probably is Spanish. National Creative Ice Cream Flavor Day. I just can't pronounce it.
Is there not a description of what it is?
No, it's just a day. Dia de Madeira Day. I don't know. It's not my day. National Creative Ice Cream Flavor Day is today. Made some
Nice.
banana pudding ice cream over the weekend. Pretty good.
How was that?
Delicious.
All right.
Yeah.
Why
And
don't you bring some in?
peach cobbler as well. National Financial Freedom Day is today. So if you're
I need
Shout out to Dave Ramsey.
National Ginger Snap Day. You guys like ginger snap cookies?
Isn't that when a redheaded snaps her fingers?
that.
Maybe. I don't can't confirm
You've
that.
had a few ginger snap at you, right?
Right.
National Postal Workers Day is today. Kenny the Mailman.
Kenny the Mailman
Yeah.
Day.
Oh,
Big old
thanks,
Kenny.
Kenny.
National Television Heritage Day. So people that love those TV screens and their TV trays. You guys ever have those growing up? The TV trays from like the 70s and 80s.
Still have a TV tray.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how I eat dinner every night.
My
Right.
grandparents had that back in the day. It's
Single
awesome.
man. That's what we do.
Second half of the year day is today. U.S. Postage Stamp Day, and to wrap it up, Zip Code Day.
Hey,
Zip
you
code
forgot a
day.
big one. It's Bobby Bonilla Day.
It is
It is
Bobby
Bobby
Bonilla
Bonilla.
Day. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Get these within two. Our first birthday, he played Klinger on the TV show MASH. Jamie Farr.
81.
84.
91.
Oh man,
One of the
he's
most-
so good.
One of the most talented men of all time. Entertainment-wise, actor Dan Aykroyd.
78.
81.
73. The one that makes me feel old. He played Cameron in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, actor Alan Ruck. Ferris Bueller's best friend.
64.
67.
69.
Nice.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Next up, Dr. Craig, 1-0. Proud of you. The great actress. The actress Pamela Anderson. She's not a great actress, but Pamela Anderson.
Depends on what. Never mind.
Yeah, you're right on that.
58.
62.
58 exactly. Good job, Chaser.
Thanks.
Who else here? Oh yeah, Missy Elliott.
Missy missed.
Can you work it? Can you work it? Missy Elliott. However that song goes.
53.
58.
54. Chase up 3-1. Rolling now. 3 unanswered. Actress Liv Tyler.
Steven's daughter, right?
Yeah, it is.
45.
34.
48 years old. Actress Storm Reed. She's beautiful.
What was she in?
The Last of Us.
Okay. 34.
The HBO one? The
Yes,
Last
sir.
of Us? Yeah, great show.
Yep.
29.
Nominated for an Emmy for that. 22. Singer Tate McRae.
28.
29.
22. Oh, yeah.
22.
Singer Deborah Harry of Blondie.
73.
78.
She's 80. Good
Wow.
Lord. 80? Blondie Deborah Harry's 80. All right, it's 3-2, Chaser. Lead singer of the B-52s, Fred Schneider.
74.
80.
74 exactly. Chaser knows where the Tin Roof's located. He's up 5-2. Let's see who else. I'm going. Hold with me. We doing okay today?
Yeah, we're good. How you doing?
Okay, everybody good? Okay. Actor Melissa Peterman. She's the she's on the TV show Reba. It's Reba's best friend.
Oh yeah. 58.
60.
54. We got some good ones here. Don't go anywhere. We're not done yet.
Don't turn that dial.
Going down here some more. All right, let's see here. Former Browns head football coach and the first coach at Liberty University, or one of the first coaches, Sam Rutigliano.
82.
80.
92. Mike Haynes, cornerback for the Raiders, one of the best cornerbacks to play football.
74.
77.
72. Chases up 6-2. One of the greatest female basketball players of all time, Nancy Lieberman.
64.
67.
67 exactly. It's now 6-4. Carl Lewis.
Uh-oh. 65.
62.
64. Chases up 7-4. Down to our last two. Patrick McEnroe.
60.
63.
59. Chaser's up 8-4. Chaser can get double digits. Our last birthday, hockey player Jerome. I can't pronounce his last name. There you go. How do you say it?
Aginla.
That's it. That's his birthday. Today's his birthday.
Iggy, as he was known. Jerome Aginla is 47.
45.
Oh, he's 48. Chaser wins 9-4.
He's been on a tear lately.
He's been down and then he explodes. Nice job,
That's what
Chase.
she said.
Oh, my Lord.
You did it, not me.
May I remind you, this is 100% a family show. It was.
It
So we got-
was.
my goodness.
That's how families are created.
Somebody cut his mic back there. Good Lord, what's gotten into you today? Is it the Dom Madeira
Young man.
Day?
No, I don't know.
Is Dom Madeira Day run your mouth with no consequences?
No, you guys are a funny bunch. I'm just adding on to the content.
Thank you so much. That is going to do it for us and probably Dr. Crane forever. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
As we leave our show, we always tell the guys out there, if you're feeling down or low, please talk to somebody. Please, on your cell phone, you can call or text 988. Please reach out to us. Whatever you do, please talk to someone. This world is a better place because you are here. And I've seen the collateral damage. If something happens to you with your family and your friends, we need you here. You are so loved. And we tell you all the time, you're loved not only by us, but more importantly, more than anything else in this world, God loves you. Know that.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD is coming up next here on 102.5, 106.3 The Game.